Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to, I believe, match day 4 Chelsea match review. Chelsea this week went up against Wolves, and the scoreline was 2-5 or 5-2, depending on which way you prefer to say it. Obviously, 2-5 is the correct way to pronounce it, but anyway. Nonetheless, Wolves hosted Chelsea today, or yesterday, should I say, because, it was yesterday when the game was. And, yeah, a brilliant game overall, a goal fest, 7 goals in that match, which is actually quite, very, very good for both teams. Chelsea 5, Wolves 2, or Wolves 2, Chelsea 5. And, yeah, first, let's talk about what happened, basically, and, yeah, let's talk about what it means for each team. So let's start with Wolves. They did score only 1 goal, technically, speaking. Tammy Abraham scored her own goal, which is a bit of a shame, but at the end of the day, it would have then finished really 1-5 if we don't include Tammy Abraham's own goal. But we have to. But overall, I think for Wolves, it's a bit of a match to forget, really. They were coming into this match with only 3 points from their first 3 games. And this was probably a match, if they wanted to start challenging for top 6, they would need to win or at least get another draw from it, and they did neither. They didn't even come close, really. For the first 30 minutes, they were keeping Chelsea at check, but after the 30-minute mark, really, they had no response to Chelsea's front line. And yeah, it was a really, really poor performance from Wolves. But in fair credit where it's due, they kept going till the end. They did get a goal. They got 2, in fact. And they did, put pressure on, despite even at half-time they were probably done and out of the game. So let's now move on to Chelsea, the polar opposite end in this game, and a 5-2 victory, or should have been 5-1 really, if it wasn't for the Tammy Abraham own goal. But talking about Tammy Abraham, he gets his first Chelsea hat-trick and Premier League hat-trick as well. And look, I've not been an advocate for Tammy Abraham, and I'm not an advocate against Tammy Abraham, if that makes sense. I given the kid a chance because he deserves a chance. Frank Lampard believes in him. And, he's now proven that he's capable of being our main guy. I'm sorry, but he is capable. He's scoring goals galore right now. He's scored 7 goals so far this season out of 4 matches. That's more or less, a goal and a half every single game he's played for Chelsea. Yes, he didn't score against Man United or Leicester City. His goals have only come in the last, 2 or 3 matches as such. But the point is, he's done a pretty decent job, I think, for Chelsea. And, I think he should be proud of himself overall because, overall, he did a very, very good job for the Chelsea squad yesterday. And if it wasn't for Tammy Abraham, we probably wouldn't have won that game, in all fairness. So, Tammy Abraham did an absolute starling job yesterday against, let's not forget, a European club now, because they are in Europe, in the Europa League. So Tammy Abraham can cut it at the top, and Wolves are not a bad team. Wolves are a very, very solid side. They finished, I think, 7th last year in the Premier League. They're in Europe or in the Europa League. So, Tammy Abraham can cut it against top clubs, which is good to see. And that will just give him even more confidence going forward. Now, let's go on to Tomori. Absolutely stunning goal. From about 30 yards out of the goal sort of thing. Brilliant goal. Where did that come? And Tomori really looked very, very sharp in that game. In fact, that was probably the best defensive Chelsea display all season long so far. There are still weaknesses there, especially when it comes to the second half. But, don't get me wrong, very, very good performance from Chelsea in that first half. And Tomori, in fact, scored a goal, but was actually the key playmaker in that second goal for Tammy Abraham. So, obviously, he scored the first goal for Chelsea, and he helped to score the second goal for Chelsea to make it 2-0 before half-time. So, really, really good stuff from Tomori. And the other man who deserves a little bit of credit, it was more just a consolation goal, in all fairness for him. But it's still a goal. A goal's a goal. Mason Mount, another brilliant goal from Mount. That's his third Chelsea Premier League goal. And Mount is doing a fantastic job right now for Chelsea. I really, really like Mount. I'm not saying he's the Frank Lampard, the next Super Frank. No. But he's certainly proving to be a very good young player who I think should be in this team full time. I don't care whether Chelsea's transfer ban is lifted or not come January, or whether or not, next season. I think, we got a few players there, Tammy Abraham, Tomori, and Mason Mount, who are free players I certainly want to see stay at Chelsea for the long future. And I can't wait to see what Callum Hudson-Odoi will bring, or Loftus-Cheek. Obviously, two other great English players are coming up through the ranks. So I can't wait to see what they can bring. Obviously, can't wait to see Rudiger back in the squad. Can't wait to see Kante back in the squad. So Chelsea do have a very, very strong squad, even without Hazard. And I don't really want to mention Hazard too much, but you sort of got to in these early days, I think. But at the end of the day, Chelsea really, really did do a good job. And, right, look, yes, we lost Hazard, but, that was a performance as if we didn't even lose Hazard. 5-2, 5 goals from Chelsea without Eden Hazard. I'm sorry, that proves we can cut, against these, or we can make the cut sort of thing. And, in a way, that's a bit of a statement, in my opinion. Can we make top 4? Yes. I'm actually optimistic after this game. Now, let's go on towards what it means for their next game and what it means for them quickly. Then we'll come back to Chelsea and what it means for Chelsea's next game. So, Wolves, go up against next. Let me just have a look. I should know this. Wolves go up against Braga in the Europa League, first Europa League match. And, obviously, I actually don't know which way this one's going to go. I think Braga will get the win. I don't think it'll be by much, maybe a 2-0 victory if they can keep it clean. But yeah, I think Braga will get the win. But the next Premier League game is against Palace, and I think that'll be a 1-1 draw, personally, from my perspective. I don't think it'll be a great game for Wolves. But, having said that, they could also pick up their first win as well, equally, against Crystal Palace. And probably need to get certainly points on the board. Now, let's quickly look at Chelsea's next game, of course. And Chelsea's next game is against Valencia. It's Chelsea's first Champions League match since 2018 or since 2017, something like that. I'm not too sure, but I think it's 2018, the last Champions League match Chelsea played, because we haven't played in 2019. I'm pretty sure we did qualify for Champions League in 2018, and we got, I think, to round of 16 or quarter-final, something like that. So, obviously, it's Chelsea's first Champions League game, certainly since, 2018, I'm going to say, like the end of the 2017/2018 season. And yeah, what do I think will happen here? Well, I think it'll be a close game. I think Chelsea will probably win. Okay, I think, maybe a 1-0 win or something like that would be very, very close. But I think even if we come away with a 0-0 draw, I think that would be a pretty good result for Chelsea, especially in their first Champions League fixture in the group. So yeah, but I think we will win. Then after that, we face Liverpool. Obviously, going to be a very, very tough game, Liverpool. But we are at home, so, it's our first actual, probably proper big match at home from that perspective, as in out of the top 6. And, Liverpool haven't been in great, great form, I wouldn't have said. I think they can do the business when they want to, but they haven't been really as spectacular as maybe what we would think. They conceded a goal against Southampton. They conceded a goal against, Newcastle. So I'm not going to say we can win this one, but I think we could get a draw. So long we can keep a solid defence. And I know that sounds a bit odd that we can get a draw against, Liverpool, the best club right now of the Premier League leaders, but I do think we do have a team capable of a draw. Certainly, if we go there, we play good football at home, just like we did at Wolves today, I think we can certainly play that style. And if we can do that, I think, a draw or even a possibility of a win is in the opening for Liverpool. However, Liverpool do have now a 5-point lead at the top of the table. So for Liverpool, it probably ain't a must-win game now for them. I'm pretty sure they will want to win it, but it ain't a must-win game. They know whatever happens, they're going to be on top despite the result of Chelsea. So, Chelsea, even if they do flop at Chelsea, they will stay on top in the Premier League regardless. However, I'm pretty sure they will win. Maybe Liverpool, maybe a 1-0 or something like that. I don't think it'll be much. But if Chelsea do have a good game, I think, Chelsea could get a win as well, equally, or certainly a draw. And we drew earlier in the UEFA Super Cup against obviously Liverpool. And don't forget, our confidence as a team has seemed to be just growing and growing. We scored 3 goals, I think, against Norwich. We scored 5 goals against Wolves. So what are we going to do against Liverpool? But we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you all next time for another Chelsea review match. Next time it'll be Liverpool when we face them at home. Who will win, Liverpool or Chelsea? Let me know down in the comment section down below.